Most people think they want to be rich, but they don't think like a rich person does, and that's a problem. You can work hard, save money, even make a good income, and still never become wealthy, because wealth doesn't start in your bank account. It starts with how you think, and the way you think about money and wealth matters more than some 5 a.m. millionaire morning routine. In this video, I'll show you exactly what you need to change if you want to think like a rich person. Here's what most people get wrong about wealth. They think being rich is all about income or luck or having some magical business idea. But wealthy people know it's not just about what you earn, it's about how you think about it, how you think about money and wealth. Wealthy thinkers follow certain mental patterns that create growth, opportunity, and long-term success, even if they don't start with a ton of money. And listen, this isn't about pretending you're rich or faking luxury or trying to make yourself look good on social media. It's about rethinking your approach to money, problems, and decisions so you're building wealth over time, not just running in circles trying to keep up. So let's talk about 5 mindset shifts that separate wealthy thinkers from the average person or even middle-class earners, starting with how so many people view challenges, problems, or life's little obstacles. Wealthy people see these things as puzzles, not as roadblocks. Most people hit a challenge and think, well, that's it. I can't do this. They shut down, they give up, or they decide it's just not meant for them. Wealthy thinkers, they don't stop there. They approach problems with curiosity. Like, okay, here's an obstacle. So how do I solve it? Or sometimes a better question is, who can help me figure this out? They don't make it personal. It's not about them. Life, the universe, the cosmic maestro, not out to get them at all. It's simply a puzzle to solve, and puzzles can be figured out. So the next time you hit a roadblock, whether it's a financial goal, a career challenge, or something in your personal life, just stop for a moment and ask yourself, what's the puzzle here? What's one possible solution I haven't tried yet? And this simple shift moves you from feeling stuck to feeling resourceful. And that's where real progress begins. So the second mindset shift is all about how you handle rewards and results. Most people are focused on short-term wins. They want the small reward right now, whether it's some new tech, a weekend splurge, the big tax refund, or even the dividends from their investment. It feels so good in the moment, but it rarely moves the needle on your long-term goals. Wealthy thinkers play a longer game. They focus on long-term gains like reinvesting those dividends, growing a business, improving their knowledge and skills, or cultivating relationships that pay off over years, not just days and weeks. This doesn't mean that they never enjoy life or treat themselves to things they enjoy. It means they understand the bigger picture and they're willing to delay gratification when it matters. Here's how you can use this today. The next time you're tempted to make an impulse purchase or choose the easy comfort, just pause and ask yourself, how does this serve my long-term goals? Will this matter a year from now, or is it just for today? Things that are just for today are perfectly fine on occasion, but not as a regular habit of instant gratification. Wealth grows when you start making more decisions from a long-term mindset, and every small shift you make in that direction builds momentum. Now, let's talk about the third mindset shift, which is all about where your money flows and what it's building. Most people spend their money on consumption. They buy things to use up, wear out, or enjoy in the moment, whether it's a new outfit, a video game, a nicer car, or the latest tech. But wealthy thinkers focus on ownership. They aim to buy things that grow in value or generate value, like investments, real estate property, business shares, intellectual property, or even skills that increase their earning power. They're not just asking, what do I want to have? They're asking, what do I want to own, control, or build? To use your money to generate value instead of just for consumption, look at your purchases and decide whether the purchase is something that is easily consumed or if it helps you build ownership or long-term value. Even small shifts, like buying a book to increase your knowledge or level up your skills instead of buying some random Amazon crap, will tip the scales towards long-term value and ownership instead of just short-term consumption. The more purchases you make that hold long-term value, the more momentum you build toward real wealth over the time. Remember, consumption empties your wallet. Ownership builds your wealth. Now, let's move into the fourth mindset shift. Wealthy people take calculated risks instead of avoiding risk altogether. Most people are taught to play it safe. They're taught to stick with what you know, avoid mistakes and don't take chances. But here's the truth. Building wealth always involves some level of risk. The difference is that wealthy thinkers just don't jump blindly. They take smart, informed, and calculated risks. They study the opportunities, they understand the possible upsides and downsides, and they ask, what's the worst case scenario? And more importantly, can I live with it? Can I survive it if that happens? So if you're holding back on building real wealth out of fear, maybe it's time to ask yourself those same questions. What's one step forward that stretches your level of comfort when it comes to your risk tolerance, but doesn't wipe out your progress if it goes wrong? Remember, the point isn't to jump at every risky venture, but rather take only the calculated risks that you know you can survive if the worst case scenario happens. Wealthy people know that getting stuck in the trap of what if will keep you stuck. But small strategic risks, they'll move you forward. And the fifth and final mindset shift is about how you see money itself. Most people see money as a reward. It's something you get after working hard, like a prize or a payoff. You work, you get paid. You spend, you save what's left. But wealthy thinkers see money as a tool. It's not just something to spend, it's something to use to unlock opportunities, to create leverage and build more value. They ask, how can I put this dollar to work for me? How can this money help me create something bigger instead of just sitting there and disappearing into everyday expenses? So let's look at that next chunk of money that comes your way. Maybe a paycheck, a bonus, a tax refund, or even just a small amount of leftover cash. And instead of thinking, what can I treat myself to? Ask yourself, how can I use this as a tool to move closer to my bigger goals? Because at the end of the day, money is only powerful when you give it direction. Your bank account might not reflect it yet, but after today, you're already thinking like a wealthy person, and that's where it begins. And if you want to take the next step and learn how the top 1% actually manage their money, not just how they think about it, go watch this video next.